Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys. It sound right, boys.
Boom, boom, boom. This is Jared and I'm back. Hey guys, man, I'm super excited to do another Warriors Quest show tonight. All right, if you're new to the show, all right, I'm your host, Jared A. Brown, and this is the Warriors Quest show. So if you are new, please hit the subscribe button, please. Please hit the subscribe button. All right, it helps us get this information out there to as many people as possible, and especially for our kidney warrior tonight, whom we're trying to advocate for. So please hit the like button, comment, get this as interactive as possible. Let's make some noise in the comments section. All right. All right, so everyone, what I've got is I've got a great guest tonight. All right, he and I met on TikTok. Super excited to get him on because, man, his story is awesome. He's right now he's in Washington D.C. and we're gonna bring him on. But before we do that, I've got a very special co-host. All right, so we're gonna bring on James Allen tonight. All right, James Allen and we met on TikTok, and I've been telling people this more and more that TikTok is blowing up. In fact, James and I talked about this yesterday a little bit, and hopefully we can talk more about it today. All right, it is becoming a legit platform to spread awareness about becoming a living, about your need for a living donor and for people to donate to you. It's legit, all right? So anyway, we're going to get his story. James Allen is going to be our spotlight. And as a review, you guys, this is the Warriors Quest show. And every week I spotlight a chronic disease warrior's need for a living donor. I've got so much passion for doing this. It works. I've been able to help people find living donors, and we're going to work some magic. We're going to work it tonight, and I need your help. All right? I need your help. Just like that little banner says down below. Please, where's my mic? Where's my mic? All right, here we go. Please don't be stingy. All right, smash that share button. Smash that share button. And let's get that information out there to as many people as possible. All right. I'm going to bring my co-host on. Here we go, Steve Belcher. Thanks for watching, Steve. What's going on, my brother? Kathy Bird, thanks for watching. All right. So we're going to bring on Jeremy, my co-host. All right, Jeremy is going to be coming on. I'm going to bring him on as my co-host. So you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It's co-host time. All right, so I'm going to play a very, very, very co-host welcome. Here we go. Bring it, co-host. Hello, hi, Jeremy. Can you hear me, brother? Hey, Jeremy. Can you hear me, Jeremy? There we go.
Barely. I can hear
All
you.
right,
Can you see me?
Yeah, I'm going to remove one of them. Looks like you restarted your phone, so I'm going to kick you off on one of them. Here we go.
Okay.
Hey, good to hear from you, man. So last week we talked, and in the previous week we also made it mention that you were trying to get multi-listed and you were trying to have things happen at Hackensack in New Jersey. How did
That's
that go?
correct. Well, right now I'm halfway through the listing process at Hackensack.
Mm-hmm.
I have my CAT scan, abdominal CAT scan for next Wednesday, and I have my what do you call it? My echocardiogram for the following Wednesday after that, and my psychological evaluation going on the 20th of April.
All
That's
right, so
also a Wednesday.
we've got things moving along then. That's good.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for it. I think that was a great move on your part to try to get listed there. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, I'm also trying to get listed at St. Barnabas
Okay.
up in Livingston.
In Livingston. How far away is that?
It's closer to New York Airport.
Okay. All right. Well, let's bring on our kidney disease warrior whom we're spotlighting, James Allen. Let's bring him on. We're going to get his story out there, and we're going to get people to hopefully help us out. We've got Steve and Kathy already commenting. I'm going to ask people to please drop a comment. And let's get this as interactive as possible so we can get this kidney warrior story out there. All right. Please drop a comment. All right, here we go. James, I'm going to bring you on. Here we go. VIP treatment. James Allen, you know what time it is. What up? What up, James? How are you? How are you?
Great. And yourself?
Oh
Good
man,
evening, James.
I'm doing fantastic. This is my co-host Jeremy. Jeremy, this is James, and
Hey,
thank
Jeremy.
you so much for coming on the Warriors Quest show, James. Man, I'm
No
super
problem
excited
whatsoever.
to get your story,
I truly
man.
appreciate it.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to do this. So, we've got a lot to talk about. So, I'm going to put you solo when I do this, but if you would, man, tell us a little bit about yourself. Little introduction, if you would. How long? When did it all start in regards to when you found out you had kidney disease?
Back in 1982, I went to a basketball game in Connecticut, and I just realized my legs were getting really swollen. And I didn't realize why my legs were getting swollen because I was an advocate runner. I exercised every single day and didn't understand why.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
Got back home 3 days later, and I went to the doctor, and my doctor said, "Hey, your kidney's failing." So he's like, "You have at least 6 months before your kidney fails." And 2 weeks later, my kidney had failed. So I was in the hospital
Wow.
getting my port put in.
Wow.
Once my port got put in, I started doing dialysis.
Wow.
Dialysis was tedious because, I wasn't knowing what to expect from it. But yet, in the
Mm-hmm.
same perspective, my mom had done dialysis, so I kind of got an idea what it was coming from.
Okay.
Um, so I did dialysis for 9 months, and one of my employees was willing to give me one of her kidneys. But unfortunately, something happened in her family that I wasn't be able to receive it. So I called my
Okay.
mom. I'm just bawling, crying. I'm just totally
Wow. I
crying.
can only imagine.
And my mom is like, "Hey, that kidney wasn't meant for you. It really wasn't meant for you at all." So a couple
Nope.
of months go by, and I'm literally sitting at the kitchen table with my mom and my sister, and Georgetown calls me, and they're like, "Hey, we have a donor for you." And I was
Uh-huh.
like, "Yeah, stop playing." And they said,
Stop
"Do you know a
playing. Yeah.
girl named Lachelle Taylor?" I was like, "Yeah, why?" It's like, "That's your donor." I said, "That's my sister." And I was like, "She's your donor." And I literally got up and hugged my sister. Like, I hugged her so
Wow.
hard that I thought I was going to kill her. That's how hard I was hugging her.
Man. Wow.
So fast forward 8 years later, unfortunately, my kidney failed. So I've been doing dialysis now for the past year and a half. Um,
Uh-huh.
as you said, we met on TikTok, but I've been on
Right.
Facebook and Instagram for like the past year and a half and not really get any results from it. But for
Mm-hmm.
me being on TikTok, I've gotten a whole bunch of response from it. So when you
Yeah,
said TikTok really works, it extremely works.
man, that's
It
what you
does.
said. That's what you said yesterday. And and I'm glad we're talking about that because I'm not ready to say Facebook is dead. I'm not the one that's going to say that, but man, it just seems like to me it's a no-brainer, James, that if this is my twin brother, by the way, right here, kidney donor advocacy. That's my twin brother, Jeff
Okay.
Brown. It's his wife who's the reason why I'm doing what I do. His wife has kidney disease, and that's why he and I both are big, big advocates because of his wife, and I really appreciate my twin brother watching. He's in Abu Dhabi, everyone, and there's like a 10-hour difference. My twin brother's in Abu Dhabi, but anyway, it's it looks like we lost Jeremy for a second. I'm going to bring him back.
I'm back already.
Here we go. Can you hear us, Jeremy?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So we're
Okay.
talking about TikTok. So
Oh, yeah.
so it's amazing, and to me it's a no-brainer, as I was saying, because with TikTok, all right, you have a wide range of demographics and people.
Oh, yeah.
That you with that being said, I'm going to generalize, and I know I'm generalizing, but for the most part, there's a high percentage of young people on TikTok.
Hmm.
Okay, and if we're looking for the longevity and a kidney that maybe is going to last the longest, man, I hope it's a young person. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
So
The younger, the better.
So for that reason, I think TikTok is great. But for the other, there are so many other reasons. Is that it's a short video. You know what I mean? And
Hmm.
so our attention span with what we're going through is pretty short anyway, right? We're in a I want something instantly sort of era, right?
Hmm.
And with TikTok, it just works because it's short. You don't have to, you don't have to spend a lot of time watching a video, and it's short. And they jam pack a lot of information in some of those short videos. So,
Hmm. And
so
that's the
Sorry,
how
good
Jared.
long?
I'm
thing.
having some technical difficulties here.
All
That's the
right.
good thing about TikTok, where you meet so many different people, but yet in the same aspect, they're going through the same thing that you're going through. So you
Mm-hmm.
can communicate better with them because they understand what you're going through. And then on the other
Right.
hand of it, like you said, you have younger people who are more interested about it, and they keep asking you
Yeah.
just different questions. What do I have to do to get tested? How long does it take to I get tested? If I become a donor, how long will I be off work from? So that
Exactly.
really got me inspired more to go on TikTok than let's say Facebook or Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
And to tell you the truth, when I started doing little videos, I think I've picked up another 300 followers.
Yes, which is so true. Which is so true.
Hmm.
Yes.
And I believe you're one of them.
Very
Matter of
cool.
fact, we
Very
are.
cool.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool. Very
Mhm.
cool. That's very cool.
And it was me who forwarded your video to Jared.
Okay.
That's
Thank
right.
you so
That's
much. Thank you
right.
so much.
That's right. Thank you,
You
Jeremy. I
probably
totally
you were
forgot
saying
that.
you was like, Jared, I know this big-headed guy, and he's going to be a real good person for you. So let's see if we can talk to him.
Right on. Right on.
Well, what inspired me was you had a kidney before, if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken, and it
Yes.
failed.
yes.
How
Hmm.
do you go through that? I mean,
I mean, it was really hard at first, but
hmm
I'm telling you, without my family, without my friend support, I don't know where I would be. I really don't. The hard part
right.
is you get to drink whatever you want when you had that kidney, and then all of a sudden you can only drink 32 ounces, and then you got to measure what you're eating and whatnot, and then okay, if you
Oh,
eat
I
pasta, you got to make sure the fluid in the pasta is not adding to your fluid. So that is the hard
I
part.
know it all too well.
Yes.
The only thing that keeps me from getting thirsty is Jolly Rancher candies and frozen grapes. That's it.
Well, the
Tell-
grape part I don't do because the grape part I just constantly eat the grapes. So, but the Jolly Rancher candy, that's my
Yeah,
thing also. Yes, Jolly Rancher candy is my thing. That's it.
Mhm.
I
Yes,
got all.
yes,
Nice. Nice.
yes, yes,
I just take them
Nice.
by the handfuls and bring them with me
yes, yes.
to the
Nice.
dialysis center,
Hmm.
and it's only $10 for a 5 pound bag off Amazon.
Well, here there's seven.
Oh, okay.
7.
Yeah,
Okay. Price
get them out of
difference. Okay.
Walmart for $7.
Oh, well, I don't go to Walmart.
Yeah, I said,
I like being able to get it delivered to my doorstep.
I hear you. I truly hear you.
Yeah. That's the world we live in right now, and that's not a bad thing.
And are you diabetic?
No, I literally had a pancreas transplant in 2019.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's how
since
my kidney
then,
failed. That's how my kidney failed by having diabetes and high blood pressure and hereditary. My mom
Oh,
had kidney failure also.
oh, okay. Yeah,
Hmm.
because they're trying to get me into to get a pancreas transplant, and the one of the doctors said, I don't think it's for you. You don't have. You're very well controlled diabetic.
Hmm.
I mean, my A1C is 5.1,
But that's great.
and yeah, and it very rarely does it go higher than a 6.
Okay.
So they said you're very regulated, so you're okay.
Yes.
We're not gonna push for a pancreas transplant.
Hmm.
And to
so
tell you the truth,
James,
I'd rather just get
my
my kidney.
twin brother, absolutely, that's got to be your first choice.
Yeah, yeah.
So my twin brother right here, Jeff Brown, Facebook, he's Jeffrey A. Brown. He says that he one of your videos that he created has gotten over 5K views this week, and the same one on
That's what I'm
Facebook
talking about.
Reels.
Thank you so
Oh
much.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Thank you so
awesome.
much. I really appreciate it. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. My twin brother's got a big heart, and he loves helping people. He's great at that, and I'm thankful that you've gotten connected with him as well. So James is my dialysis seating neighbor. Very cool. Very cool. Samuel, thanks for tuning in, Samuel. That's one of the things I was going to ask, and I think I already know the answer now, is that if you do home hemo or in center, and so I think it's probably safe to presume you do in center from this statement right here,
Yeah.
right?
Yes, I do it in the center. Yes. And
Yeah,
I
Same
have to tell
here.
everybody, to
Same here.
me, dialysis is like a job to me. I mean,
it is
the
another
first
job.
hour and a
It
half,
is a job.
yes, the first hour and a half, we're talking, we're having fun, we're joking all morning long. And then after
Hmm.
that hour and a half, okay, we go to sleep. After we wake back up again, hey, we're having fun all over again. So to me, it's fun. I mean, yeah, you have your good days and your bad days, but without those
Right,
guys at
right.
dialysis and the staff at dialysis, I wouldn't be able to go to dialysis because it would just be so much of a headache for me. But with those guys
Uh-huh.
there and the staff there, it's
Oh
great.
yeah, absolutely. And what I like from going to the center is it gets me out of the house.
Yes.
I get a change of environment. I get
Yeah.
mental stimulation. I get
Mhm.
to see people.
Hmm.
I want to
know,
leave dialysis at the dialysis center.
Yes.
I'm going to go home, leave it. I don't even
yeah,
want to think about it.
there's a
Not till
separation,
I have to
right?
do it again. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
Yeah.
And plus, I'm at DaVita, so I've been there for the better part of 5.5 years.
Hmm.
I've been going there, and I've gotten to know all the technicians come and go. I know who's pregnant. I know who's going to get pregnant. Because they just like to talk.
That's
You
funny.
know, they know about my girlfriend. They know about my pets and everything. It's like a
Yeah.
family.
Yes. It truly
Right.
is. It really is.
It truly is. And I've developed such a good friendship with them that I remember when I first got sick and I started going to my dialysis center here. After about a week, about a month, I caught shingles.
Oh wow.
Wow, that
Yeah.
sounds painful.
So I had shingles, and they wouldn't let me back into the dialysis center until I had clearance that I wasn't communicable anymore.
Yeah.
And at the same time, I developed a kidney stone.
Ooh.
So I had to go to dialysis and pass the kidney stone at the same time. Now,
Mm.
my
Wow.
experience was
Wow.
it's something when they say on a pain scale from 1 to 10, what do you have? And I screamed out an 11.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't kidding. I said, you're going to have to
True
give me
that.
something because I can't take this. And they gave me Dilaudid, which is a very strong synthetic form of morphine.
Okay. For the pain. Yeah. Okay.
That was 4 hours that I don't even remember. I just slept through it. I woke up and my pants were wet, and I said, "Oh, I don't feel any more pain." They said, "Yeah, I think you passed the stone in your sleep
Oh
Oh my
wow.
gosh.
because your pants are all wet." I said,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah," and I reached down on my pants. I said, "Oh yeah, there it is."
You-
I felt it stabbing my thigh, and I said,
well,
this little son of a gun caused all that pain for 4 days."
Mm.
yeah.
Because it developed over 4 days. I
Yeah.
started feeling the pain. I thought I had indigestion. I was taking Pepto Bismol, everything, just to get some kind of relief.
Well, you got relief
And
in a different kind of relief, didn't you?
oh yeah, I did. But you know what? All of my technicians at the dialysis center were texting me, "Are you okay? When are you going to be back? If there's anything that we can do, let us know."
Yeah.
No, just like family.
Mm-hmm. So what has been your experience, James? You know, I mean, obviously you've already talked about you've spoken a little bit about how you prefer it, but why do you feel as though maybe you've stuck with it instead of doing home hemo, or what are some reasons that are maybe for you specifically that how does it fit your personality, and why is it that you haven't looked into home hemo or peritoneal dialysis?
Basically, for me, is like one, getting out of the house. That's the number one thing. Two is I don't want to do it every single day. I mean, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday is good enough for me. If I have to do it
Mm-hmm.
Monday through Sunday, I don't know if I could be able to handle that.
I
And
feel
three
you. Yeah.
is, yeah, and the third one is, my family support is a lot to me. And by me being out with my family at dialysis and with my family at home, that's good enough for me. I don't want to be doing dialysis every single day. I just don't want to do it.
The separation, it's kind of with that separation, it helps you at least focus on something else. What even
Yes.
if it's a small period of time, at least you get that time away. So
Hmm.
other kidney warriors that I've interviewed have said the same thing, and so whatever is good for you, and it's not home hemo or peritoneal dialysis isn't for everyone,
Hmm.
and if you find this is better for you, then do you, because there are, some of the advantages that you've mentioned are valid, separation, and not doing it every day, and having your family support, and stuff like that. So those are some good reasons. The people that you interact with, obviously you've got, I'm going to bring his name up one more time, Samuel. So, um, have you been able to, have you been able to get a bond, or have you been able to have an interaction that maybe surprised you, where you're now better friends with people in there than you didn't think you'd ever be friends with?
I would say this, when he walks in the door and he looks at me and he said, Mr. Allen, and I say, Mr. Holt. And we just start laughing and just start having
Okay.
fun from that point right there. You know, they always say I'm the biggest troublemaker, but I blame Mr. Holt as the biggest troublemaker. Um, but just that camaraderie between all
Yeah.
of us is just so much fun. And then you have Miss Thompson in the middle, Miss Tompkins, I'm sorry, in the
Yeah.
middle. And then she's that quiet one, but don't get her wrong. Once you get her wrong, then she's out there, And then praise be to God is a guy that was Mr. Rivers. Mr. Rivers got a kidney about a month ago, and he was out
Uh-huh.
Worcester. So I'm so happy he got a kidney. But he's truly missed also because he was the one we always picked on all the time.
All right.
So
Big
when we
part
need
of
somebody
the.
to pick on, yes, we
Uh-huh.
always had Mr. Rivers to pick on. So just that part right there is the enjoyment. Like I said, when you go to work, you have great days and you have bad days.
Right. Right.
That is totally expectable. And when
Mhm.
you're at Dallas's, some of the days at Dallas is going to be rough, and some of the days going to be smooth. Um, I'm so happy that a lot of my days are smooth. So
Mhm.
when I go over there and I look at them and I'm just saying, hey, thank you guys for being here. And we even have a group chat together. It's like, okay,
Okay.
how was
Very
your day at
cool.
Dallas? How was your day at
Uh-huh.
Dallas? And then you got Mr. Holt, who's sending out messages about
I love
worship
it.
and
I love
whatnot
it.
and how good we had that day and whatnot. So yeah, I'm excited about going to see them guys every Monday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
Friday.
I love it. That group text, that group messaging is a form of a support center. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Yeah, because sometimes, man, I've said this so many times, and I'm gonna present a question to you, because I think it's so important, James, that in anything that we're struggling with, but in your case, kidney failure, that if you have someone else that can relate to what you're going through, somebody who understands on a better level, because they're either going through it currently or they've gone through it already.
Hmm.
Doesn't that give you like a better bond when you can feel that, like you can sense that somebody has that greater understanding?
Totally, completely, totally. And the biggest thing to me is when I'm sitting there talking to somebody about kidney failure, and they know what I'm going through compared to somebody who don't know what I'm going through, and they be like, "Oh, okay, so come on, let's go hang out today. I don't feel good. You did dialysis this morning. It's nighttime now. You should feel much better right now." No, I don't
It
feel good.
just
I'm
doesn't work
telling you,
that way. Yeah.
no. Compared to somebody else who knows what I'm going through and they can feel what I'm going through and they
Uh-huh.
understand what I'm going through, it's so much better. And then you can
Yeah.
talk to that person about what you're going through. I mean, like even my nurses at Georgetown, Elise, she's the bomb. I mean, she's like,
Oh,
Mr. Allen,
really?
you're gonna get this. You got this, Mr. Allen. Don't worry
Oh,
about
that's
anything
dope.
else.
That's so
You
dope.
know,
That's dope.
and she's so always positive all the time,
Uh-huh.
all the time. I mean,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, all of my friends are, and my
Yeah.
family are so positive. I have this one friend named Simone. Simone is, if I'm down and out, Simone is always there for me. Simone would
She
say this,
she lifts
and
you
Simone
up.
never gets mad. Yeah, Simone
Yeah.
never gets mad. Never.
Uh-huh.
I mean, Simone can have a bad day, and you sitting there talking to Simone, it's like, hey, the day you're having, I'd be pissed. And she's not.
Right.
She's smiling
And
the whole
she's
time.
smiling. Yeah.
Yes.
That
So
is
she's one of my biggest
inspiring.
inspirations. Yes.
Yeah. I bet that's a big source of encouragement if you have somebody
Oh
like
my
that in
God,
your corner.
totally,
Yeah.
totally.
Well, speaking of, I'm going to go back to Samuel. Thank you so much for your comments, because it's really, really, it's great to have your comments, because you know him, you do dialysis next to him. And so anyway, he puts right here, of course, we're one happy family.
And
And
that's so
then,
true.
and look, this next comment I'm going to put here, I'm going to put up on the screen. Listen to this. You light up rooms when you enter. I am praying for you. Soul Food Treats. That is such an awesome statement. I love
For
that.
real. Thank you so much.
Yeah. I mean, wow. Whether you're a troublemaker or not, you know, you're certainly lighting up somebody's room, and that's man, that's amazing. That says a lot about your character. That you've got a good sense of humor. Number one, number two, that you keep it real because when when you keep it real, then people trust you. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Superficial fake people, you don't want to follow those people because you don't
Hmm.
know whether they're telling the truth or not.
Yes.
And so you keep it real, otherwise they wouldn't trust you and they wouldn't want to, they wouldn't like you like that way. So that's awesome. And we got Tony Rivers watching. Thanks for watching, Tony Rivers. And all right, so here's a cool statement from Andy. Andy, thank you. Salute to this brave warrior. I am inspired. Thank
Thank
you,
you so
Andy.
much, Andy. I really
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Um, Andy is a great he's a great friend of mine, and he's through it quite a bit himself in his life journey. We all go through our journeys, and he's been through his own, and we've been through ours, and I appreciate you watching, brother. He's a homie of mine, and I saw him just less than an hour ago, and he and I are pretty tight. So thank you for
Hmm.
watching. It means a lot to me, Andy. And Kathy Bird, do you know Kathy Bird? She's commented a couple times.
Kathy Bird is actually my cousin,
There we
my first
go. There we
cousin.
go. All right.
Hmm.
Well, thank you for watching, Kathy. So strong faith. All right, that says a lot about your character too. So faith, whether she's inferring that you have faith in God or that you just
Most
have
definitely.
faith. Yeah, that great. Me too. I'm a believer, and she may also mean that you just have faith that you're going to get through this. But
That is no doubt. I
yeah,
know
there
I'm
you
making
go.
through
I
this.
love it. I
I
love it.
know that. Yeah. I mean,
You know,
you have to have faith in
you
order
do.
to accomplish things. I mean,
Absolutely.
some
Yeah.
days that you're down and out and, you pray to God and God has it.
Hmm.
I'll give an example. Before I came on today, my niece had texted me. She said, "Okay, what time is it?" And I told her 8:30, and she's out on the West Coast. So I said,
Okay.
"It's 5:30 your time."
Yeah.
And then I was like, "I'm kind of nervous." And she's like, "Just drink some tea, pray to God, and you got this." And that's exactly what I did. I drank my tea
Amen.
and prayed to God,
Amen.
and I got
Amen.
this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Amen to that. Um, you know, I I keep a silent prayer nearly all day long,
Mhm.
as much as I can anyway. So, um, yes, he's very honest. I love that your family's showing up. That's awesome. And friends, family. Tony is also putting here, Mr. Allen is the class clown. You could always get a good laugh when he's around.
Now,
That's good, though.
Mr. Rivers is the one who just got the kidney.
All right, very nice. Well, congratulations, Tony. Congratulations to your transplanted kidney, and that is awesome. It's second life, a new lease on life, and
Most
God
definitely.
bless you that you've been blessed in such a way. All right, so with Micah, who was my guest last week. Lovely Micah. Faith is key. You got it, warrior. Micah,
As a
of
matter of
course.
fact, I started following her on
Yes,
TikTok. Yeah.
yes, and the roles were reversed. If you remember last week, you
Yes,
were
it truly
commenting.
was.
Yeah, you were commenting on the show that I did with her, and now roles are reversed. She's commenting here. So thank you, Micah. Thank you. The lovely Micah's watching. Thank you. I am big fan, and I'm rooting for you as well, Micah. Um,
Yes, sir.
so we've got Dinah. Here we go. Dinah, he makes you smile when you don't want to. So there we go. I don't know if that's when maybe a technician's trying to cannulate somebody and you make them smile when they're getting cannulated. I don't know what that means,
That is
but
my sister.
all right, all right. Well, thank you for watching, Dinah. Thank you for showing up for your brother. Temporarily we've lost my co-host, but hopefully he'll come back. We'll roll with it though. He may have some technical issues right now, but I'm gonna change the screen just a little bit. Here we go. You're on top. You're on top. I'm on bottom. I don't know. We're kind of playing musical chairs here. Here we go. We'll switch a little bit. Here we go. All right, there we go. That way. And we're switching. So I try to keep it light, James, but so if I do that, it just makes anybody who's nervous a little bit less nervous. So hopefully we can just talk like friends and keep it simple, because the simple thing is, and it's not simple, but it is that we just need someone to step up and become a living kidney donor for you. Simply put,
Hmm.
is that gives you a better quality of life, right?
Hmm.
And the
But
thing is,
I would say this part is, when my kidney failed, I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a kidney before December. So December came along, and then January came,
own
and I
it.
didn't have a kidney. So
Yeah.
I said, okay, I'm gonna have a kidney before Valentine's Day, and it still didn't happen. So for a couple of days, I was like, okay, God, what am I doing wrong? Explain to me what I need to do, God. And then I just got this perspective by sitting there saying, God is putting these stepping stones in front of me, and He's giving me these tasks to do.
Amen.
And as the
Hmm.
task gets easier and easier and easier, He's putting another stepping stone and say, okay, you accomplished that. Now I'm gonna see how you can get from this part. So now I get to the next stepping stone, and it's
Another
like the word
task.
king all over again, all over again.
Yeah.
So and then I look at it from this perspective is God is saying that, I want you as a teacher. So I want you here to preach the word about kidneys, and to preach the word about friendship, and preach the word about being able to get a kidney because you've been through it before. So you know how
Hmm.
it is. You know what you can do about it. And I feel that you can do about it. So when I'm on TikTok and I hear people sitting there saying, James, you're inspiration to me. And I'm like, okay, what did I do? You know? Um, and then it's like, you're spreading that word,
Yeah.
half the time we don't hear this from some of our own family members. And I say, well, I praise be to God that my family is always there for me. My family is
Amen.
strong for me. My
That
friends are
is,
there for me.
oh my
So when I
gosh,
have a down and out day, I
so
can pick up the phone
important.
and call somebody, and I get that boost back up again.
Hmm. So important. You're right. And so the inspiration, though, it's, the thing is inspiration can come in so many different ways. It can be introduced to people in so many different ways. And the the thing about inspiration is that I firmly believe that, I mean, sometimes inspiration can be very profound, right? It can make
Hmm.
a big
Hmm.
impact, but in any way that it's being introduced, I firmly believe. All right, I really, really believe, and it's okay if other people don't subscribe to what I'm about to say, but I firmly believe that inspiration in every form that it's introduced is from God.
Oh,
Uh,
most definitely.
and
Most definitely.
and when we feel inspired, it's so important that we act on it. It's so
Hmm.
important that we do that.
Hmm.
All right, our journey is our testimony, and someone's inspiration or education. God is great like that. Amen. So the thing, I guess what I was trying to say, and is that inspiration. We never know who's going to be inspired by what we say, because God works. I know it. We say this all the time, James, and we hear it all the time, but that God works in mysterious ways. But He does. Is that
Hmm.
He knows us acutely. He knows our personalities more than we know ourselves, and
Hmm.
He knows that if James gets on this Warriors Quest show tonight, then somebody else may be watching and they have kidney disease, and they're going to get inspired by what he has to say. They're going to like that he laughs, that he makes people laugh, and they're going to be inspired because of his positive attitude, and this, that, or the other, or your TikToks. But we never know what person may be having a bad day, and then all of a sudden your TikTok makes them smile. You never know, right? You just
Hmm.
never know. It's the way
And
God
that and
works.
that is so crazy because before I came on today, a young lady was telling me the exact same thing, and I'm like, man, but I'm just being me.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, you're being you, but in the same aspect, I don't know anybody like you. I don't have anybody like that pushes me up every single day. And I'm like, man, I'm sorry, but here's my number. If you want to talk, I don't care what time of the day it is. I said, if you want to talk to me while I'm dialysis, just don't call me between 8 and 9 a.m. because I'm sleep deprived.
Right. Uh-huh.
But other than that, we can talk. I don't care. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the uh the really powerful thing, and and I've just met you, and we've had we've talked on the phone, and we've talked here. But the one thing that I've already sensed from you, James, is that you're authentic. And authenticity is really important. And
Hmm.
if you're being you and you're just real, that's the best way to just, you know, to have any sort of relationship with somebody, whether it's, talking with somebody on TikTok, or talking with somebody at the, in center at the clinic. Just be
Hmm.
real. And that's what I've already sensed about you, is that you are real and you're authentic, and I think I the times that I'm authentic, like I keep it somewhat light, and I'm not, I keep it light again because that's my personality, but I always try to emphasize I'm not making light of kidney disease, because I'll never do that, because it's a serious
Hmm.
matter. But I do think we need to smile, and
Hmm.
and I think it's important to smile, and I think we need to do that, and it's I think it's inspiring. It really is, that you do have such an impact on these people. So
And I would say this though. I mean, like, I made hoodies that says a kidney donor needed, and
okay,
I have my website name, my website address, and my Georgetown's telephone number on it. So that part, when I'm walking into the store, they'll just see my hoodie. So I'm not going to anybody and try to push kidney disease on anybody. So person
right,
is, hey, I
right,
like your hoodie. Tell me about it. I reach in my wallet and pull out a business card
all
that has
right.
my
I
email
feel you.
address
It's a
on it.
conversation
So
starter, right?
as I'm doing that, yeah, we start talking about it. They see how passionate I am about it, and they was like, "Oh my gosh, what do I need to do?"
I'm back,
So I
Jared.
said, "Well, just story first."
All
I'll be
right, I
like,
can
"Just read
hear
my
you,
story first." And once
Jeremy.
you read my story, you
All
can
right.
see exactly what I'm going through and how I am.
Sorry, phone
And
died on me.
okay, no worries, no worries. So glad to have you back, Jeremy. So it's a great conversation starter. That's awesome, because
Oh,
Most
it's
definitely.
absolutely.
it's not intrusive. It's,
Hmm.
hey, this is, if they comment or remark about it, then you talk about it, and you
Hmm.
just basically, you just say this is what's happening. But that's great. I think that the any way that you can, like, be like a walking billboard is good. I like that. I'm
Hmm.
digging that. I really am. That's cool. So,
And a lot of my business cards,
um,
I pass out my business cards, and I'm sitting there saying, "Okay, here you go, here you go, here you go." Now, what
okay,
you're gonna do with the
okay,
business card afterwards, I don't know,
it's up to
but
you.
at least I
Yeah,
can say I passed them out. Yes. Hmm.
right. Yeah, and God will do the rest. God will, God will
Yes.
take care of the rest. He will
And actually,
absolutely.
Jared, sorry, I don't mean to interject here, but I had a friend on Facebook that actually got a magnetic thing printed out at a printing press, and he stuck it at the back of his pickup and drove around, and that's how he got his kidney donor.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he drove around for about 6 months, and someone
It
was
works.
honking at him
Mhm.
and flashing the lights, and they said, "I want to be your kidney donor," on the highway,
Mm.
It works. Yeah.
Yeah.
and they were at Hershey, PA, is where they got their transplant done. It's been about 2 years right now.
Sweet.
Yep.
Very nice. That's inspiring. It is. I mean, any way that you can kind of do any sort of advertising and promotion, I think is good. And I think you're doing it the right way, James. Is that, you're just having somebody comment on it, and then you kind of,
Hmm.
just be you. And I think that's a
Oh
good way
yeah.
to do it. So what was, you said that you started on Facebook. So I think I found your Facebook group that you must have created,
Yeah.
James, or a
My
family member created.
James. I did. James Allen needs a kidney. That's my
Yes,
Facebook kidney
yes.
page.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I found that. And when did you join TikTok? How long has it been that you've been on TikTok?
No longer than 2 months.
No longer
And
than 2 months.
I got more hits and conversations about my kidney disease than I did since I've been on Facebook. And I've been on Facebook
Awesome.
since I started that page. It's been almost 4 years.
Yeah, right. It's impressive. It is. And
Hmm
I think that it's only growing too. TikTok is not slowing down. It's
No, it's
not.
not.
Oh,
And
but
With a
one thing
with a
about
yeah.
billion followers, I don't
the
think
one
so.
thing difference about Facebook and TikTok is Facebook, you mostly have your friends and family in that
Hmm
particular area. So with TikTok, you got TikTok all around the world. So even though you're going through the same thing as somebody in California compared to somebody in your hometown, which is in Washington, D.C., you know,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they want to help you in the same aspect, but yet they really can help you. So, like my family, a lot of my family members have health issues that they couldn't begin to help me. Um, so that's one of the
Same
reasons why I
here.
started my Facebook page and then did my TikTok page.
Yep.
You're right. They do it. They put it together differently. I think you said it very well,
Hmm
James. Is that the Facebook groups will bring people together a little bit, and there are different ways to kind of the reels even on Facebook are catching up, but
Hmm
it's
hmm
not going to. And they're following suit and they're trying to mimic TikTok, but it's not going to be the same. And TikTok is just
No,
they do it differently, and I think that's well said. Is that sometimes I've run into this because my twin brother was on earlier, and he made some reels for you, some videos for you, James Jeffrey A. Brown. That he and I we've been advertising and help advocating for Kidney Warriors on Facebook since 2016 for my sister-in-law, his wife,
hmm
and we've seen all of the changes, right? And so the biggest thing that I've found is that Facebook sometimes it almost becomes a little stale, and I think that, and I'll expound
it's
on
become
that.
too big for its own
Is that
good.
well, not necessarily that. Is that what I mean by stale? Is that when you're sharing something, okay, you're sharing it to the same people from your
Hmm
followers, okay, your friends list, the same people are seeing it all the time. You get what I'm
It's your
saying?
group,
hmm
That's
your group of friends, your circle.
right. And so
That's
that's what
it.
I mean by it becomes stale is that yes, okay, they have the potential of sharing it and they may share it to somebody else that has never seen it. So don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted, okay, is that it can
Hmm
still be effective. Otherwise, I'd totally quit Facebook. But um, you can't. TikTok right now is doing it differently, and I think that that's why I feel as though it's something that so many other people should really take a look at it. And James, you said it. I
hmm
mean, in 2 months, you've had more people that are paying attention to your need for a kidney donor than in the years that you've been on Facebook, and it's.
hmm
Uh, does that make sense to you? You know what I mean by when you share it, some of the same people see
Absolutely.
it all the time. You know what I mean?
And don't get
hmm
me
And
wrong. I truly do appreciate everybody that's on my Facebook page that are doing things for me. Don't
right,
get me
right.
wrong at all.
No, no,
I
no,
truly
no. Yeah,
appreciate it.
right.
Yeah, but in the
Absolutely.
same perspective of it, you see the same people every single time. Compared
Yes,
to
Right.
on
yes.
TikTok, I see
Right,
different people every single time I post something.
right,
Because
right.
you have
And
what's also called their For You page.
Hmm
right, right.
Yeah,
hmm
so it kind of branches out on its own.
Yes.
So I
It's
want
got
to I
more
want to give
you
a
could put more feelers out there.
You can, right. I'm going to give just a real quick shout out to Jonathan Traylor from Hope with Jonathan, kidney transplant recipient. He's been on my show as a guest when he was searching for a living kidney donor. And then 2 weeks later, he got his transplanted kidney, and he's also been a co-host on my show, and then he does his own live broadcast called Hope with Jonathan. Thanks for watching. He's giving some feedback
For
and
real,
input
good
here.
job. Thank you.
Yes, he's now become an advocate for other people, for other kidney warriors too. Facebook has played out, and I
God bless
I don't
him.
want to, I don't want this to necessarily be a, and I do, I want people to give their feedback and their comments on it, and I appreciate their comments, but just like what James said, I don't want this to become a Facebook bashing, because that's not what I meant. I just wanted to say that
Mhm.
TikTok is doing it differently, and that's why I feel as though there is another or different opportunity with TikTok, because sometimes
Mhm.
I just feel in the time that I've been advocating for people that it just gets, it's like repetitive, or it's just the same people seeing it
Right.
all the time. And again,
Mhm.
if you have somebody who shares it and then shares it with a Facebook group that is different, I mean, it can still be shared to different people. It's just not set up the same way as TikTok. Anyway,
Yeah,
hopefully
yeah.
I've
Well,
removed the foot in my mouth, because I don't want it to be I don't want it to come across as if I'm bashing Facebook, because it's still
no,
relevant
Yeah.
in many
you do
ways.
that and
Okay.
you'll get into Facebook jail like I am.
I don't care about that, because I'm I'm doing things as well as I can, and God knows my heart, my intentions, but um
Mhm.
Well,
but go ahead, Jeremy.
what I was going to say is with TikTok, there's so many different ways, and it's growing by leaps and bounds so fast and in such a little time. It's
Yes.
growing exponentially.
Uh-huh.
It's like a virus, put
It
it
is,
that way.
it's
That's the way I always
growing.
say it is.
It's growing in an insane sort of speed. You're right.
I mean,
Um,
I've only been on
so
TikTok for maybe 5 months, and I've gotten more hits on my analytics when I look at them. And
yeah,
it's
it
people.
works.
It's literally people that see my quick videos in my dialysis chair, and they're sharing it. And I've got messages. What is your kidney like? What's it like? I got a person messaging me from the Philippines saying, texting me in Filipino. And I
Mhm.
said, look, I grew up here in the States. I don't really speak the language, even though I
Uh-huh.
can. And he
Even
goes,
though
oh,
that's your
okay.
heritage.
And he told me, he says, please pardon my English. I'm only good for 15 minutes. So he was asking me a lot of yes and no questions, and I kind
Uh-huh.
of figured out what he was asking for.
Yeah.
And a lot of it, especially in these third world countries, they have no idea what it's like to have dialysis or
Yeah.
have kidney failure. In the
Right.
Philippines, he told me that most people only live for 5 years on dialysis
Oh wow.
Wow.
not because of the poor treatment, but because it is a third world country,
Mm-hmm.
and the infection rates are a lot worse,
Mm.
even though you're doing it in a hospital.
Interesting.
So the
Yeah.
chances of them blowing out your vein or your arteries, and you getting what do you call it? Getting infiltrated are
Mm-hmm.
probably more higher than having it done by someone that's new in the dialysis center here. There, they think because you're a nurse, you know how to do it. No, doesn't
Mm-hmm.
work that way. My
Doesn't
aunt
quite
died.
work that way. Yeah.
Yeah, my aunt died. She was on dialysis for, God bless her soul, for 11 years. But she didn't die from kidney failure. She died because of kidney failure from her colostomy bag. So
Wow.
it was compounded. And
It.
I spoke to her son, and he said, Jeremy, auntie or mom was like this. What do you feel like when you're on dialysis? I said, to tell you the truth, I feel like a A little stick and that's it. It's a minute pain for all of 10 seconds. Now, I don't know, James, if you feel the same way, but I sit there and I stare at them as they're cannulating me. And they said, "You don't have to look." I said, "No, it's interesting. That's so cool."
Yeah, to
You
me
know,
it is
it's-
too.
Whatever it is, whatever works for you, Jeremy. I know that other
Yeah.
people can't look at it, and other people struggle
Yeah, I
with
know.
seeing blood and other things. But if it works for you, do it. I mean, because
Well-
I know that there are different ways to stay balanced, you know, and if that's one way for
Mhm.
you to go through dialysis better, then great.
It helps me accept it. Put it that way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, works for you, it works. So you know,
Mhm.
Micah, who was on the Warriors Quest show last week, she says, "I found a community on TikTok of warriors and supporters that are truly a blessing." And
Mhm.
so I think that's great, you know. And Jonathan Traylor has he does TikTok as well. He's got some great comments. Thanks for commenting with what you're putting down here in the comment section. Thanks for dropping some comments here, Jonathan. James, continue to have hope and believe. He does. He's a believer. James
Oh, most
is a
definitely.
believer.
We both are.
Yes, most definitely.
All right, James, we're
Faith
getting the
is all
gift
we
of
have.
life, the healthy life
Yeah.
soon in Jesus' name. Amen. All right, so we're coming to the
Amen.
end here, James. Coming to the end here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you just a moment to kind of what would your life be like is my question after transplant, post transplant. What do you envision doing that you don't do now or you can't do right now?
I miss running and walking.
Okay.
I used to walk anywhere between 11 miles to 20 miles a day.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I miss that. That was relaxing to me. I mean, it was just so
Okay.
much fun to me.
Uh-huh.
And I can't do that right now. The most I can do right now is a mile. So that's one of the things I'm looking forward to.
All
At
right,
least you
so
can do a
shout
mile.
out time. I know, right? That's impressive. It is.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, I can
That
do it
is
as well.
impressive.
Not to brag, but I can do it as well if I have to. I mean, when I was in Hackensack, they said, "How far can you walk?" I said, "How about a half mile before I get tired?" But I can
Well-
walk 2.5 miles round trip because that's how far
Sweet.
the store for me to get a snack at. It's 1.25 miles away, door to door. And they said, "So you could walk all that way and back?" I said, "Yeah. I'll stop every once in a while just to get my breath, but yeah, I can do it."
Sweet.
Because I know that there are certain people that I know of that are on dialysis that can't even walk 2 blocks.
Hmm.
And, you know,
Yeah,
of
right,
course,
you're right.
they're a little heavier than me, but not everyone can do it.
Right, not everyone. Well, James, we're coming to the end here, but it's shout out time. All right, time to shout out, you know, shout out your sister, shout out, you know, I don't know, shout out your cousin, shout out, you know, any of your, you know, friends, family, homies, you know, fellow dialysis warriors. Whom would you like to shout out right now?
I would like to say this. First of all, I would like to thank everyone. I mean, everyone who supports me, from my family to my friends to the pastor and his wife. I mean, without them, I don't know where I'd be right now, especially my sister Shelly. I mean, without Shelly, I truly don't know where I'd be. I don't tell her enough how much I love her. And I feel like I should tell her every single moment because, you know, she's always been there for me. She's my inspiration. Um, that is my like right hand person because, you know, if I'm down and out, I look at her and then, you know, I got this. And, you know, by her giving me a gift that I can never repay her back from, I'm just truly blessed that she's part of my family. So
Okay.
um, that is my biggest inspiration right there.
Awesome. Well, God bless you. I want you to have a transplanted kidney. I want you to find that kidney as soon as possible. And just
Dude, it
small
is
ass,
coming.
brother.
It's coming.
It is.
Yes,
You
it's
know,
coming.
own
It's coming.
it, and put it out there, and continue to do you. Continue to have faith, and God will bless you. I totally believe that,
Yes,
and I believe He's
absolutely.
blessing you
Yes.
already, and He's walking with you even on your darkest days. So
You know
please.
what, James? I said, let's say everybody talk it into existence.
Almost
Mhm.
definitely. Yes.
You know,
Yes.
think positive, talk it into existence, and it will
So-
I
happen.
mean, I got my kidney dance ready and everything. So
That's
I
There you
right.
go.
Very nice.
Yes.
There you go.
There we go. So
Mhm.
my small ask is just hit me up, find me, and let me know about it when that happens, and so I can help celebrate, and so whether it's getting you back on a broadcast after and interviewing you then, or doing a broadcast and just celebrating. I try to do that for as many warriors as possible. Just hit me up, let me know. I want to celebrate.
No problem. I'll tell you what, when I'm ready to go into the operating room and before they cut me open, I'll be like, hold on, I got a call real quick. And I'm calling you before they cut me open.
All right, fair enough, brother. I love it. Thank you. Thank
It's
you.
all right.
All right. Well, I thank you again for coming on the Warriors Quest show. Please, may God continue to bless you. Okay.
Thank you so
Amen.
much for having me on. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. All right, man. I'm gonna say peace out. We're gonna end this thing. Thanks again, guys. Thanks, Jeremy. Thanks, James.
No, thank you. I really appreciate
All
it.
right. So we've heard from we've heard from my co-host. He's co-hosted before. He's always going to bring it with some great insight, some experience, and of course, James Allen is an inspiring fellow. I mean, he makes people laugh. He's somebody who people look up to. He's a man of faith, and he's somebody I would like to have transplanted. Okay, please, let's get this guy a transplant. All right, act on inspiration and become a living kidney donor for him. All right, thank you. All right, peace. I'm out. I'm gonna find the outro, and we're gonna celebrate when James finds. All right, when he finds a living donor, and we're gonna do that transplant dance. All right, we're gonna do it. All right, so please share this, continue to comment and be interactive so we can keep this as active as possible with YouTube's algorithm and Twitter and everywhere else where I'm putting this out there. All right, peace. I have much love and respect for all y'all. Have a good evening. Peace. I'm out. Here we go. Peace.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.